All right, so I'm going to go and work on the hypotenuse. All right, so find the length of the missing side. And you can rotate these things. You can resize them. So I'm just using a pinch gesture to rotate like that. Or rotating gesture with 2 fingers. And you can drag it around with 1 finger. You can make it bigger, make it smaller using a pinching gesture. And there we are. Okay, you do not have to rotate these to do the work, by the way. Here's our triangle, and this is the hypotenuse. Now, it's the longest side of the triangle, the right angle triangle. It's always found opposite the right angle, right? So if you walk away from the right angle, it's the side you're going to smack right into. It's also the side that doesn't contain any right angles, right? So these two are the legs, all right? And this is the hypotenuse. So I'm going to call the hypotenuse C. All right, and the smaller leg I'm going to call A, and the longer leg I'm going to call B. Okay, and Pythagoras' theorem is a squared plus b squared is c squared, or c squared equals a squared plus b squared. All right, so I'm going to fill in what I know. I don't know the c, so I'm going to leave the c alone. But I know the a is 185 and the b is 672. So we get c squared is equal to 185 squared plus 672 squared. Then I'm going to take my handy dandy calculator and do some handy dandy calculating. So 185 squared plus 672 squared is equal to 485,809, and then, all right, let's take the square root of that. So the square root, so c squared is equal to 485,809. So to get the c, I don't want to know what c squared is, I want to know what c is. So I'm going to take the square root of both sides. Okay, so the square root of c squared is c, and the square root of this number is, well, let's take its square root. So square root button right there, and that's going to give us 697. All right, and ask yourself if that makes sense, 697. If this is 672 and this is a bit longer than it, then yeah, that does kind of make sense. Okay? All right, so back into the app. So 697, so 697 space hectometers, so HM. All right, and then we click on the check button to check to see if we're right. Yay.